Hi, I'm Jeannie DeBon and welcome back to our community questions. So I had a question, sorry I've got my notes here, I'm just having a look. Okay, I'm kind of grouped these together, but could you tell me the best recommended times for exercising or for taking a class? So that's a great question. The problem is I don't have the answer because everyone's so different. You know, with a condition like EDS or HSD and POTS and chronic fatigue, everyone is so different. So some of my clients prefer to exercise first thing in the morning because they have more energy. But some of them, they really struggle to get going in the morning because of various reasons, for their POTS, for their chronic fatigue. So they can't exercise in the morning. So they prefer to do it afternoon, maybe even evening. And some people like to do little bits throughout the day. It's what we call movement snacks. So a lot of people can't do a whole class, and that's fine too, but they do little snippets throughout the day. So I don't think there is a best time, because I think it really comes down to what works for you and your body and your particular way you feel that particular day. You know, find something that works for you. And of course, when you found something that works for you, the next bit is to be consistent about it. You know, little and often. You don't have to exercise for hours at a time, but doing little bits. If you want to do the movement snacks, then that's great, you know, but the secret is to be consistent, okay? So somebody else said along those lines, could you recommend 3 to 5 exercises that we could do every day? What are the top 3 to 5 exercises that someone should be doing every day? Now, again, that's going to be so individual to the person. Yes, because we've all got different issues. So a lot of people have got hip instability, a lot of people have got shoulder stability, etc., etc. So again, I don't think there are 3 to 5 perfect exercises for everyone. But what I thought I'd do is we're going to do a sort of a 3 to 5 exercise little mini class now. You could call this a movement snack class. And I'll explain to you why we're doing it and why I think we should be doing it. But again, it's going to be different for everyone. So these might not be your top 5 exercises, but you know, I'm going to explain why I think they're particularly beneficial for hypermobility. Okay, probably we're going to start lying down. We're going to start lying down, which is always a good place to start, because it allows us to settle and breathe and just take a moment. And especially if you're somebody who has a sensitized nervous system, you know, lying down on the floor, letting your body settle and feel safe is going to be super, super important. Okay, so if you need head cushions or supports or blankets or whatever you need, grab that now. If you make sure you're warm enough, because we are going to be lying down, people can get cold really, really quickly. So get yourself comfy. That's like our first priority, right, is to be comfy. So go ahead and lie down. I'm just checking you can see me. Yes, perfect. Okay, so hopefully you can see me, hopefully you can hear me. So head support if we need it, hands on our belly, and we are just going to, so this is like if someone's only got 5 minutes to do, maybe you've got a really busy day ahead, you've only got 5 minutes, so we're just going to try and fit 5 exercises into 5 minutes, okay? But I still think it's super important to spend a few seconds just breathing and letting the weight of the pelvis drop. Somebody asked me actually while we're doing this on one of the YouTube videos, what muscles do I engage for pelvic density? I often talk about letting the pelvis feel its own weight, feeling its density. And of course, pelvic density is about actually giving in, letting go. So we're not engaging anything at this moment in time. we're appreciating the weight of our body. Okay, so you start your exercise from a place of settling. Okay, pelvic floor, abdominals, glutes, everyone's just gone, they've all taken a big sigh. So let's all take a big sigh. Let's take a breath in and just sigh it out. And see if you can feel that pelvis settle. So, exercise number 1 for me, and hopefully for you, is going to be a pelvic rock or a pelvic roll. So, why do I like this? Because many of us have very tight lumbar spines, tight hip flexors, imbalances around the pelvis itself. So a gentle, I'm not pushing, so a gentle rocking of those heavy pelvic bones forward and back without forcing it. Because if I've been sitting at my desk all day, if I've got a desk job, or if I have to sit a lot of day for whatever reason, my lower back's probably going to get a little bit stiff. So we're just doing a few gentle rocks. Try not to push with your feet. Try and maintain that sense of heaviness. So we've gone forward and back here, flexion, extension of the lumbar spine. And now my exercise number 2 is just to zigzag my feet out to the corner of my mat. And I want to add a little bit of rotation to my pelvis. So a little bit of windscreen wiper. You can put your hands down by your side, a little bit of pressure into your foot as we just gently allow the pelvis to roll to the side. So I'm getting a bit of a hip opener here. Very nice if you've got tight hip flexors. Breathe into your side body. And then let the weight of the body roll you back. So try not to drag yourself back. Yeah, so we're not forcing. Remember, it's all about allowing that fascia to expand and open. And then I'm just going to let my weight drop back. Okay. If you're very mobile, your hips might want to keep going and you might find you want to collapse to the floor. Please try not to collapse to the floor. Try not to sort of do this where we're just flopping from side to side, because I'm not using any muscles here, I'm just using gravity, and it's probably not great for my lower back. So we're control. Remember, it's all about the control. It's not about the range, it's about the control. Okay, so windscreen wipers, and I'm going to walk my feet back in. So I've done a little bit of mobility, haven't I? I've gone forward and back, I've gone side to side. Pelvis is hopefully just settled a little more. I'm going to just add in a little bit of pelvic stability with a knee roll. So pelvis heavy, I'm going to lift one heel off the ground first. As I exhale, my pelvic density gets more. I'm going to lift that leg up. Okay, so I'm keeping heavy through here. So a little bit of stability. So if I've got sciatica, if I've got SI joint issues, I'm working a little bit to stabilize this. Okay, so we've got a couple of these. I don't know how we're doing for time, but I'm trying to keep it to around 5 minutes. But you know, I could go on and on for ages because I love teaching you guys so much that I get carried away. So apologies if we've gone over 5 minutes. So I'm doing about 3 of these. Okay, take your time. Now, bridging, again, might be a baby bridge, might be a full bridge, but a little bit of loading, a little bit of articulation through the spine. So you've already done your pelvic rolls. We can now roll the pelvis back, and now I'm going to stand into my feet as though I'm making a hole in the floor, and I'm going to start to roll up. Now I might only go to here, I might just hover my bottom off the ground, but I'm going to start working my hamstrings and glutes, which is great. And then I'm just going to roll it back down. Okay, so that might be enough. Nothing wrong with just doing a pelvic hover if we're just starting out. You're still going to be getting the benefits. So we've added a little bit of strength work, right? We've done a bit of stability. Now I'm doing a bit of strengthening. So now I'm going to roll up. Maybe I'm able to go a little bit higher. Remember, we're only ever loading our shoulders. You never go up so high that you go onto your neck. try and keep this soft. I see oftentimes when we do bridges, you know, we're taught we want to go high, right? But what tends to happen is we start pushing. Can you see how my back has arched? So that's not a very comfortable bridge, okay? We want to keep a nice ski slope kind of picture here. Okay, so let's do one more bridge without any hyperextension of that mid sort of thoracic lumbar junction. And sigh it out. Enjoy coming all the way down. Good. You might want to do a quick little hug after that, just to release the back of the pelvis. And then we're going to just roll over. So I think this is exercise number 5. If you can, a tiny bit of weight bearing is really nice, because we should, obviously it's great for our shoulder strength and stability, but maybe we could add in a little cat. So we've just done our bridging, we've done our articulations. Now I'm just going to find that lovely positioning, try not to lock those elbows, keep it soft. So we've already moved the pelvis, so we can just roll that pelvis, and this time I'm going to continue to roll it into a cat. Try not to push your cat, no pushy cats. Keep it soft. Make it a breathing cat, and then come out of it and just enjoy. If you can do a little bit of extension, that's fine, but none of this should hurt, of course. Now remember, I know some of you will have problems weight bearing on your wrists, so I can come down onto my forearms and do it like this. I can put my hands on a chair and do it like this. Yeah, that I can put cushions under my wrists to change the angle here. So there's lots of things we can do if our wrists really cannot tolerate weight bearing. And then just swing yourself around. So we finish in an upright position. And the only thing our spine hasn't done is a little bit of side bending. So we're just gonna do a little side bend. So ideally, if you've only got 5 minutes, we want to move the spine in every plane of motion. Again, if you don't like lifting your arms, you can put your hand here. You're still going to get the spinal flexion. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you could even just do it like this. Okay, because it's not about the arms, it's about moving the spine. So I hope that answered some of those questions. Hope that was useful. I'm not sure how long it was, but it wasn't too long. I hope you can fit that into your day, your 5 minutes, 5 exercises at a time of day that suits you. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.